introduksi. Sekarang saya mohon izin kepada audiens karena kita sekarang konteksnya akan mendengar pemaparan dari Dr. Isidro. Maka saya akan mulai sekarang menggunakan dialog kita dengan dalam bahasa Inggris. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are very pleased to have Dr. Isidro Aguilo today with us to share his expertise and his experiences as the initiator and also the developer of Webometric ranking for university and other research institutions. And Dr. Isidro is the head of the Cybermetric Lab, a research group of the Spanish Research Council, CSIC, which is the largest scientific public body in Spain. He is the editor of rankings web universities, research centers, hospitals, business schools, and repositories. He is also author of about 100 academic papers, 40 of them in international journals, and more than 200 contributions in international conferences and seminars. And he is a member of expert committees for the European Commission, Spanish government, and international advisory boards. Since 1997, he is the editor of e-journal Cybermetric. He has master science degrees in biology. And maybe this is something surprising for us. His background actually is from sociologist. Yeah. And he has master degrees in biology, University of Competence, and Library and Information Science, University Carlos III. He is Doctor Honoris Causa that he received from University of Indonesia. So we give applause for him. Okay, maybe we have a lot of questions and curiosities since we involved with the Webometric rankings, and also we came here hearing the previous presenters. We have a lot of questions, and actually when he was listening to the previous speakers, he told me that I have the answers. So now we would like to have him open all the secrets that we still don't know. This is open secret initiative. Okay, Dr. Isidro, we save our time, and the time is for you. Go ahead, thank you. 45 minutes for the presentation, right? And discussion? It is including discussion or separate? Oh, 1 hour with discussion. So if you can save the time of presentation, we have more time on discussion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Of course, my first words for thanking the organizers, the rector, and the people working here in the University of Agricultural University of Bogor. It's my second time in Indonesia. I am very happy of being here again, and thanking everybody in the audience is so large that this additional reason for coming here, in order that you can understand exactly the work we are doing, the way we are doing this work, and of course, according to the discussion we have this morning, the several problems and questions that probably you have. And this is the main reason I'm going to try to go fast with this presentation, because I think the most important is answering your requests and trying to solve your problems. I think we have time for that, not only during my presentation, but afterwards. After this, it will be very interesting for most of us. Well, this is the agenda of the presentation. I'm going to start very fast. The first thing I want to stress is we are researchers. This is very important because many of the rankings currently available are made by commercial enterprises with commercial interest. This is not our situation because we are a group of researchers working for a public organization. This is very important. I am a civil servant. The people working with me are the students, doctoral or postdoctoral students, and we are trying to develop a new scientific discipline that is called Webometrics, and the ranking is only one of the results of our research. So it's very important for us you consider this point of view that is different to the point of view other competitors are using for developing their own rankings. Also, we have experience on this topic. In reality, but on all quantitative disciplines, we started working with bibliometrics approaches, and even we have, well, in my humble opinion, more experience on bibliometrics than many other rankers that are using bibliometrics as the main tool. We decided to focus on webometrics, even although we have a strong experience, more than 15-year experience on these issues. Well, you know the ranking web or webometrics ranking. You can use these two options as you prefer. Webometrics is the discipline, the quantitative analysis of the web. Ranking web is mostly based on webometrics data in order to classify the universities. The ranking is published from 2004, exactly 1 year later than the Shanghai ranking, because we recognize we were inspired by the methodology and by the ideas of our Chinese colleagues. This is very important because we think this is probably one of the best rankings currently available, still one of the best rankings currently available, and we follow the criteria and the basic ideas they started exactly 1 year ago, 1 year before we started in 2003. You know, our ranking is based on a composite indicator. This is fairly new. Till 2003, most of the rankings or most of the exercise was based on individual variables but not combined. And Shanghai ranking started combining indicators, and we are following this process. So we are combining in this way web-based indicators. So this is the basic idea. And perhaps the main difference between our ranking and other exercises is we are covering all the universities. I'm going to explain this. This is part of my personal research agenda. I am especially interested in ranking or studying universities from emerging and developing countries. Not only focusing on Western countries, on European and North American universities, but trying to follow the evolution of universities of the rest of the world. Of course, taking into account that I came from Spain, my main target is usually Latin America. But taking into account the success of our ranking also here in South Asia, Southeast Asia, in Africa, all this area is part of my personal research agenda. So this is the reason we are considering all the universities. The only requisite is they have autonomous independent web presence. And the total number today is over 20,000 different universities, 20,300 plus universities are ranked in our exercise. You can see here the last emission is from January, it's very recent. We compiled the data during January and prepared the data and published the ranking at the very beginning of February. So the data is really very recent. And you can see the two main characteristics of the current edition. First of all is the number of universities ranked. As I mentioned, it's no longer a fraction, it's no longer 10,000 or 12,000. We decided to publish all of them, 20,300. And as usual, it's very interesting. You can see most of the 20 top universities came from the United States. This is the current situation. You can try to search for explanations, but from my point of view, the real explanation is the individual commitment to open publication in the American scientists. This is very important. It's not only institutional policy, but it's also individual policy. The scientists, the faculty members, the scholars in the American universities are ready to cooperate with other people, are ready to share their knowledge, and they are using the web to achieve that objective. The results are shown in this slide. Well, regarding the motivation, I mentioned before, we are working on a new discipline called cybermetrics for referring to the full internet, or webometrics for referring only to the web. And in fact, we started to work on webometrics several years before launching the ranking. We started about 96, 97, and using quantitative analysis because almost there is no other option for studying globally the internet. The internet web is growing so fast, it's growing exponentially. The only way to approach to describe the web is to using quantitative analysis. And there is also a very powerful tool in the web, is the links. In bibliometrics, we use citation analysis. That is really also a very powerful tool for describing the relationships between authors, scientific authors in the academic arena. But in the web is even more stronger. And the reason is links are not only linking pairs, linking people working on the same topic. Links are linking not only the academia with the academia, but the academia with the society, the academia with the economic sector, the academia with the culture sector, the academia with the city, with the region. And this is very important because almost the only way to uncover these relationships is using link analysis. Of course, I mentioned it's only part of our agenda. This is the research agenda, but there is also a non-research agenda that is also personal oriented, that we support open access initiatives. The reasons of pushing the ranking is trying to create a virtuous circle. In order people recognize that to attain a very good position, a very good rank, they need to publish in open, and if this publish in open, then the position improves. So in this way, we are trying to push in this personal direction in order everybody decided to publish more and more information, good quality content, good academic content on the web. Well, I mentioned already our idea of considering, especially considering contributions from emerging and developing. And the basis of our current version of the ranking is Sakai ranking, the model. They use the global coverage. They decided to publish the results on the web. That is one of the reasons of the success of this ranking. And finally, they decided to use a composite indicator. That is the approach we decided to follow. Well, what is Web of Ethics? Web of Ethics is not only the ranking. Web of Ethics is a full discipline for making research and obtaining results. This is part of the doctoral dissertation I directed from one of the members of my team, and in this case is the analysis of the academia in the United States. And you can see we can not only obtain the data we use for the ranking, but also we can draw this data on different levels. For example, in a cartography level, you can see the relationships between different universities in the map of the United States, or you can see below how these organizations are related to each other independently of their geographical positions. Well, this is part of Web of Ethics. Web of Ethics is not only the ranking, it's also a full discipline. Here you can see the current situation regarding the other objective I mentioned, the objective of supporting open access. As you can see, there are repositories, open access repositories, usually linked to universities but also to research centers, all over the world. And perhaps part of the success of these south-oriented points, dots you see here, is probably because of the ranking web for repositories. People are recognizing the importance of providing full access to the scientific results, and the best option is to use the current systems that allow to set up repositories, open access repositories. And you can see the number is growing very fast, although still not every university in the world, not even the best universities in the world, has everyone repository. Well, philosophy of the ranking. Most of these things I already mentioned. What we intend to measure, to consider all the universities. There is no reason for excluding the university. The only reason is they have no web presence, because obviously we need web presence in order to make a quantitative analysis. Without web presence,